Okay, there were a few minor glitches getting this stuff set on the bench here. This fifth reverse Synchro fell off the end, the one that the part kept falling off of. And I almost put it together wrong. So there's a right way and a wrong way. You can see the two surfaces. This surface has got an inner ring on it. That goes towards the inside. This surface is kind of beveled arrangement. That goes towards the outside, as in the one with the ring goes onto the shaft, the one with the bevel goes out this way. And when you put it on, you'll notice the teeth are not all exactly the same. There are two sets every so often, right there. So they're bigger there, and then there's sets of three of them. You go around, there's another set there. There's another set right there, and so on. So those bigger teeth with this don't go in these grooves. They will go into these empty spots. They don't. If you look on here, at the depth of all the teeth around the gear, you'll find that right in the middle of between here and the next groove here, there's two deep teeth. This one and this one are deeper than all the rest. And that's where those pieces go. So when you put this on, you got to line it up that way. Let's see if I can do that. So I've got my finger where the two bigger teeth are, and the deeper grooves are right there, and it just slid right on. The idea is that it'll press on the spring. The spring is held up here, resting on the brass. It can't be pushed down there, so your two deeper teeth go. You can see there's a gap in the ring here. That's where they'll end up going. Not at this gap over here. There's two possible ways for it to go. One, this is wrong. Where there's no teeth here is the wrong spot for it, those two extra deep teeth. And where there aren't, where there's extra mating teeth here right there. That's how it goes. Anyways. And then don't forget the wedge goes to the outside, and that little straight surface with the ring goes towards the inside. Yeah. So that fell off, and I didn't know how to put it back on, so I had to look up my videos I made previously, and that's what I figured out. Also, if you look on the blow up of the prints I have here, it shows that ring. It kind of shows it. So I wasn't too sure about going with that. It looks pretty. It looks like the way I think it's going to go, but I wasn't 100% sure until I looked at the video. But now I'm 100% sure. Okay, just to clear that up. Okay, I'm just taking the transmission apart. The internals, I want to change the first, second. I want to inspect the first, second synchronizer set. Because the problem with my transmission is it's popping out of second gear, and then it grinds to go back into second gear. So what I've taken apart so far, this is the countershaft. This is the main shaft. So far, this bearing was on first, like so. Just press down to here. This bearing was on top of it, like so. This washer was on here. This nut was on here and staked on. Everything was pressed on. Unstaked the nut, and when I took it off with the torque wrench, it was around 55 foot-pounds to take it off. So I imagine I'll put it on with about the same. So one nut, one washer, everything's coming off the exact order it was on. This is just a regular ball bearing with the groove on top for the spring clip inside the case. This bearing I just pulled off comes apart in two pieces, like so. Now, this is first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth. This is the first, second synchronizing sleeve here. That's synchronized in second, that's synchronized in first, that's in neutral. See, in neutral, first gear spins, second gear also spins free of the, first and second both spin free of the shaft. So mine is going into second and then popping out. And you can see it didn't go down very far, it only went down that far. That's engaged in second, now it's free. So mine only has to drop about 1/4 of an inch and the gear is now allowed to turn free. So it's not engaging very well at all. And then of course it disengages, now the gear is free, and when I try to re-engage right now with it going back to neutral, it's just going to grind because the synchronizer is no longer doing its job. So you have to go back to the neutral position, then start over. Anyhow, it's popping out because there's not much engagement in second gear, so we'll find out why. So fifth gear comes off next. Check for washers in between any of this stuff. Nothing. Fourth gear I read is pressed on, so we'll just see if we can get fourth gear off here. Oh, not pressed, well, it's tapped on. It's splined on, so it makes it tough. Okay, we're going to pull on that. Yeah, it's just going to pull. I can feel it pulling off already. Oh, see the gap opened up? I'm going to lay it down. It's just easier. Okay, that's that. Careful not, you should put a piece of rug down here. If any of these gears fall on the concrete floor, you're going to have a problem. Okay, that's fourth. Okay, I managed to get this pulled off with a little gentle tapping on it. So we were first, second, this is third coming off. Second now. Okay, so we've got the make sure it goes the right way this time. I had it backwards last time. That was the problem. There. Okay, now the Synchro mesh. Like I said, it's a 2-part Synchro, but I'll get all that new when I get the new part anyway. Goes over there. This has writing right on it here. It says up. There's words up written on there. The difference. This is a 1-part synchronizer. Old school. And there should be a damper. Oh, there's the damper there. Damper needle bearing arrangement again. And I just do that. Okay, whoops. And that goes like that. Okay, and that's it. That's the end of that shaft. This shaft is $500. Don't drop it. That's the countershaft. This is the main shaft.